the gynocentric views on pregnancy and the anti-child support solution. If a man cheats on a woman, it's because he is a dirtbag that can't keep his dick in his pants. If a woman cheats on a man, it's because she was missing something in her relationship. If the above is true in your world, you know you live in a gynocentric world. I have always found it strange how we judge men and women differently in our society. Granted, we come from a time wherein women were treated as lesser and didn't have much to say. But the roles have almost turned around completely. And instead of equality, we exist in a world where a woman is above the man. A while ago, there was a scandal in my neighborhood. I come from a rather posh place in Holland. A childhood friend of mine had impregnated a girl. Now this is essentially not a problem. But he didn't want it to be a father yet. And this definitely was a problem. You see, for this woman abortion was out of the question, for one reason or the other. So the man was forced to become a father. Well, this friend of mine stood his ground and said, if you choose to raise this child, you are going to do it on your own. Because I refuse to have part in this. The entire neighborhood was in shock. Including myself, I have to admit. What kind of a man leaves the mother of his child to fend for herself? It was only when I started rethinking the subject that I changed my mind. Suddenly, I saw my old childhood friend as a victim. The situation is like this. If a woman gets pregnant, it is equally the fault of the man, as it is the fault of the woman. They both had equal parts in the conception. Contrary to our modern belief, where we blame the man entirely for the conception and he, quote, have to take care of his responsibilities, unquote. This comes from the idea that the man is a horny bastard that wants to put his dick in every hole, and the woman is this defenseless baby seal that just has to take whatever the man does with her. We all know, I hope, that this is not true at all. The woman is also a horny bastard that wants to put things in her hole. I would say that all of us are a bunch of horny bastards. Well, if the woman gets pregnant, she has all the power and the man is essentially at mercy of her decision. If the woman wants to keep the baby, and the man doesn't, the baby will come. If the man wants to keep the baby, but the woman doesn't, the baby will be aborted. You see, the man has no choice in the matter. We went from equal partners in sex to female domination. Now, if the man makes the decision not to take part in raising the child, we, as a society, judge the man. He is a weak man, he leaves his woman. You know what we will say. And then the woman goes to court and the man has to pay child support. It is so incredibly unfair that I almost do not believe it is true. So I started thinking, how can we make this fair again? And I think I found a way. It is a little ridiculous, but I would say that the situation now is even more ridiculous. So we have not much to lose. The situation now is like this. Man wants baby, woman doesn't. Baby won't be born. Nothing happens. Woman want baby, man doesn't. Baby will be born. Man has to pay money. With my ultra awesome solution, at least the woman has to pay for her decisions as well. Here is my solution. If a man and a woman conceive, and the woman wants to abort the pregnancy while the man wanted to have the baby, the woman has to pay the man anti-child support. The woman robbed the man of fatherhood and she has to pay him monthly for the loss of this experience. In that way, the woman has to, quote, take care of her responsibilities, unquote, for being a horny bastard, just as a man does. This gives the man ammunition to fight a woman's decision on carrying the child full term. As now, the man is defenseless and the woman has all sorts of ammunition to fight the man in these kinds of conflicts. It makes us a bit equal again. This social aspect, however, is for us to change. We, as men, should defend these guys that didn't want it to be father, instead of defending the woman for making important life decisions on behalf of the man. We, as men, should side with the man, in this unfair and gynocentric aspect of our society. With anti-child support, we can at least tell the woman, if you make a decision that affects a huge part of my life, you are going to pay for it. Just like I would have, if it was the other way around.